So I have one song here. Okay. I hope everyone can join me, okay, to sing this feelings song. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, ready.
Okay, good. So let's sing together. Let me demonstrate first, okay? We put our happy face in. We put our happy face out. When we are happy, we go into smile. We put our angry face in. We put our angry face out. When we are angry, we go into breathe in and breathe out. We put our sad face in, sad face out. When we are sad, we go into hugs ourselves. All right. Okay. Shall we do it together? Shall we do it together? Okay, let's sing together. Just on your mic. Okay, ready?
Yes.
One, 2, 3. We put
Our happy face
in.
We put our happy face out. When we are happy, we go into smile.
Okay. Then
We put our angry face in.
We put our angry face out.
When we
When we
are
are angry, we
we
go
go
into
it
in
out. Okay. Next, set.
We put our sad
our
face
sad
in.
face in.
We put
Our
Our
sad
sad
face
face
out.
out.
When we are sad, we
We
go
go
into
Okay.
ourselves.
Thank you so much. Okay. Dedicated educators here, please you may change the lyrics, okay, to suit to your students learning. Okay, you may add on such add on like this visual support, okay, visual cut. It is an emotion cut, okay, to enhance the learning session. Okay. Okay. Can I pick one representative country to present about 3 to 5 minutes only? Then the rest of the representative country, we proceed after my session. Okay? Okay. Who wants to start first? Is Napawan here? Napawan Chain here from Thailand. That's Miss Susie. Okay. If not, shall we just continue our, we allocate our group presentation at the end of my session?
I want to volunteer. Can
Who's that? Who's that?
I'm Husna from Malaysia.
Sorry.
Can I volunteer?
Sure. Hold on.
Yes, I want to volunteer first.
Suryani Mahmud. Puan Suryani Mahmud.
No, my name is Wanur Husna.
Husna. Okay.
Yes. I want to volunteer.
Where are you? Hold on.
I will off the videos.
Okay, please on your camera so that I can see your face, your happy face today, your excited face. Where are you? Suhaili.
Wanur Husna.
Nurul Husna. Huh? Let me stop my presentation. Oh, one Nurul Husna. Okay. Okay.
Actually, I have a PowerPoint, but because we do you want to see the
Yeah, sure.
I will share the screen.
Ikram, please help us regarding technical. Please allow Puan Wan Nurul Husna to share her screen now.
Okay. Yesterday we discussed with a team member about the case study that Puan gave us yesterday. So we actually use the ABC theory that Pawani taught us yesterday. It's about antecedents, B, behavior, C, the consequences, and we went through the case study using the ABC theory, and then what we found out that the problem, Ahmad's problem is we found out why he was bullied, why in the primary schools, why the family refused to take medication, and also why he's so possessive of Amina. So we discussed about that, and then we come up with a few strategies. We suggested a few strategies to Ahmad, and it's all based on what we learned yesterday. So we think of about modify his environment, and one of the way to modify his environment, probably we can change his class. If he's in the same class as Amina, probably we can put him or put him to different class if possible, and then probably he can change his course. Maybe ICT is not his passion, and we can find his strength, something that makes him happy. And at the same time, we can educate the family about the importance of seeking medical advice for Ahmad. And based on our discussion yesterday, we look at Ahmad as not as a person, but we also look at his environment, and also his family, and then his institutional, which is he's currently secondary schools, which is he's in schools, and that's also in fact our intervention, and also why he behaved the way he is. And then the second one is the strategy. We under the alternative behavior, probably we can, as Ahmad is Islam, so probably we can improve his spirituality, because we Islam, we believe that anything happen or someone behave must be because of his spirituality, his belief. If he has a strong belief, probably he can fight with his and probably we can suggest alternative behavior, ask Ahmad to draw his feeling, emotions. So that's the one of the way he can portray, or probably he can channel what's his feels and his emotion. And then we can use social story, like what we mentioned yesterday, to explain to Ahmad that it's okay to like someone and become jealous. Because yesterday I remember that Wani mentioned about the sexuality, and then Ahmad is at the age of 16, which is adolescence, and at that age, even normal persons can have the feeling want to love someone and to be loved, so that's normal. But how we react to how we respond to the feeling or emotion is very important. That's what we need to probably explain to Ahmad through the social story, what he needs to do, and what's that feeling, that what's the feeling that he feels right now, and what's the response that he needs to face the situation. So, and after that, probably we can have a reward system. Reward system is probably in class. If he is actively involved in something, probably teacher can give some rewards, and then put Ahmad in charge of something important that make him feel valuable. And the next intervention, the next strategies under proactive strategy, probably we can allow Ahmad to make choices on his own. For example, just now we mentioned about changing his course, and then remind Ahmad how to request a break stop help correctly. And the last one is in anything, we need involvement and support from everybody. Everybody here, meaning from the family, the institutional, the example here is schools, and all the and also the teachers. So the teacher need to try to become closer with Ahmad and discuss. Probably teacher can discuss with other teachers and students about Ahmad's situation, and family also need to have a good relationship and collaboration with the teachers. And the last one is to educate other students to be more accepting of Ahmad's situation. So I think the main point is to, after we assess or we identify what's triggered Ahmad, and then because the family refused to take the medication. So I think the most important to raise awareness or give education to educate the family to actually to take the medication to Ahmad. That's very important, because without the medication, everything is we if even strategies or intervention that we do is not working without that, if he doesn't take the medication. That is the first one. The second one is to avoid any things that trigger his episode of depression. That's very important. That's what we highlight just now about we try to avoid any or prevent any things that trigger his episode of depression. So that's it for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me give a feedback at the end of my session during our group presentation, Puan Husna. Okay. Thank you, Puan Husna from Malaysia. So for today, I will talk about what is self-regulation. Okay, any one of you here, have you heard about what is self-regulation? Have you heard about self-regulation, emotional regulation? Please write in your chat room, chat box. Okay. Have you heard about this? Nobody? Self-control, Suraya Hani, good teacher. Okay, self-control. Anyone else? Self-regulation is the ability to monitor, manage, and your energy state. Okay. So what is self-regulation? Before that, can I ask you something regarding our emotions? Is that not okay if our special needs as students show their negative emotion? Yes or no? Anyone? If our students express his negative emotion, is that not okay? Oh, not okay. No, it's okay. Thank you, Madam Suraya. I like your answer. Okay. Okay, it's okay. That's normal. Okay. Because we as a typical human being, we have both feelings, both emotions, bad or good. So it's okay. We need to acknowledge. We need to celebrate the feelings. Okay. But the most important is how the negative emotions of our students hinder, influence their daily activities, their functionals of daily living. That's the point, okay? If the emotions of our students, if he or she does not have good self-control, okay, and give impact to their daily life, cannot go to school, cannot learn well during lesson time. So the intervention, we need intervention, okay? So this is a definitions, okay, for self-regulation. So ability to consciously control, okay? Someone here has write in chat room just now the definition. Yes, body, thinking, and emotions. And our students must perform, be in adaptive manner for different situations. For example, not only in school environment, but also at home, temple, or mosque, all right? So the keyword is adaptive manner and also different situation. That is self-control, self-regulation. So this is a checklist for you, okay? Do you find that you have to remind your special needs students over and over, okay, to put that things away, calm down, slow down, don't go too fast, be quiet, please use your inner voice, okay, slow, speak slowly, listen carefully, okay, don't push others, don't hit others, okay, do something on your own from beginning to the end, okay, for example, homework or even their self-help activities. So if your students, your special needs student have all these issues, so your students need intervention for self-regulation, okay? So these are three main stages, okay? Stages of emotional regulation, okay? First, when we are baby, when we are young, okay, normally children, including ourselves, we learn about co-regulation. What is co-regulation? It is okay, for example, okay, a baby, baby cries. Why baby cries? Because she wants attention from his parents. Okay, why babies cry? Because he wants attention from parents. Okay, he seek for help. Okay, so babies needs co-regulator. Who is the co-regulator? The parents. Okay, even though we as an adult, we also sometimes we need other people to be our co-regulator. For example, our husband to be our support. Okay, let's say we are anxiety now, in an anxiety mode now. So we need other people to help us, to support, to at least we will feel a little bit calmer. Okay, then after co-regulation stage, we move into social shared regulation. This is happen when we work together, okay? During our childhood times, okay, and then during their playtime, okay, they learn how to share their feelings, how to aware of emotional states, emotional feelings of others, okay. So this is we call it as a social shared regulation. Then slowly, naturally, self-regulation develops. Okay. I can say that based on my experience and also my further reading regarding self-regulation, people with special needs still needs others to co-regulate, okay, to be their co-regulator. But some of them are able to um, regulate their self better, but with direct intervention. Okay, so far okay? Okay. So why it is important? Okay, why it is important, teachers? Because some children learn self-regulation naturally, like us. Okay, But special needs students need some direct intervention. They don't know how to express their feelings, their emotion. Then when their feelings get suppressed every day, they don't know how to channel out, to express out their needs, their feelings. So all this will be a problem for them, okay, to manage their emotions and also feelings. So this is one of the good article, okay, talk about sensory, emotional, and cognitive contributions to anxiety in autism spectrum disorders. Why I highlight this in my slides? Because, okay, based on my working experience, okay, 5 years back, okay, when someone asked me about a behavior management strategy, I personally only focus about, the ABC and then the observable behavior, okay. But when you dig, we go further, you will learn, oh, autism is not about behavior, it's more than that. Something wrong with the brain. We need to help the student, okay, especially when the autistic students feeling more when the autistic students having high intensity of the anxiety, okay, so they tend to melt down, okay. That's why self-regulation training is important, especially for students with autism, okay. So this is a summary have taken from this article, okay, by South and Rogers 2017. Okay, this is a conclusion that we can get. Where's the picture? Okay, as we can see from here, okay, let's take autistic students, okay, sensory processing dysfunction. The students have sensory processing dysfunction, sensory processing issues, and then plus the inability to recognize our feelings, other people's feelings, and it will lead to intolerance of uncertainty. That's why all the teachers here you will find why autistic student is easily to get tantrum, easy to uh, stress, and also uh, and also at the, finally they will turn into meltdown because due to anxiety level increase and also sensory meltdown. This is what happened in their brain, okay. So let's move into our third agenda, suggested activities to improve self-regulation. I hope that all these recommended interventions will give you some ideas how to implement in your classroom. Okay, teachers? Okay, first thing first, teachers, please regulate yourself first before you are trying to connect and correct your students. So I have this. Can you see my card? My poster is this is a poster actually. Postcard. So not poster,
Yes.
postcard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I get from my trainee clinical psychologist in Junior Schoolnia, but it's really helpful for me. It's really give benefits to me. Okay, why? Because me, okay, I also as a human being need to learn how to regulate myself, okay, daily. Especially when I'm doing tele intervention at home now during pandemic time. It is so stressful. Am I right? Anyone feel like me?
Yes.
Okay, so this postcard, okay, I will paste it on my wall, okay, just to remind me what are the simple practical ways I can implement every day during my hectic, my tired day. Okay. So for me, I like low lighting. If I want to feel a bit calmer, a little bit calmer, I will switch off light or just make dim light. Okay. And then I like to smell. Okay, smell sense, aromatherapy, such as essential oil. And then I am a coffee lover. Okay, and I love massage. Okay, but how about you, teachers? Maybe you can write one or two, your style, your own way, how to cope yourself. If you are stressed, how to calm down yourself. Appreciate the flowers around me. Wow. Wow. Madam Surayahani, beach watching. Okay, take long drive. But now, PKP, we can't drive. Okay, I love to dance with TikTok. Sheila, okay. Talk with my friends. That's good. Okay, I know you have a strong, good support system. Reading books, eating. I meditate and sometimes. That's good. June. Okay, sip coffee. Listen music. I calm down myself by listening to mellow music and going somewhere peaceful. Korean drama. Okay, for Mastura. It's okay. Dear favorite spot. Okay. Anyone else? You want to write down? You want to type your answer? Singing. Wow, shopping. Okay. Yeah, shopping is an eye therapy, but be careful. Be careful of your use your money wisely, okay, while you are doing your therapy shopping, because shopping is a therapy. Read comic book. Okay, think again. Shopping at eco shop. Yes, okay, eco shop. Cake and music. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. Okay, so teachers, please, feeling your emotional tanks. It is really important. Okay, if let's say you are in hurry, you are not in a good mood. Okay, what you can do, just deep breathing. Deep breathing is really, really important because it is one of the positive elements in mindfulness technique. I'm not going to share with you what is mindfulness, okay, what is mindfulness activity, but I know one of you just now share about meditation. Yes, meditation is part of being mindful. Okay, being mindful is you aware of the present moment, not think about future or past event. You be mindful. Okay, be mindful. Like just now, you are watching, you are hearing to me, Yuji. You try to be mindful. Okay, mindful, not mindful. Okay. So the first strategy, feel your emotional tank first. Okay, the power of pause. That's why pause. If you are stressed, okay, with your students, it is normal because we are human being. Normal to have a negative feelings every day. Okay, so the power of pause. Use the power of pause. Pause. Pause and do deep breathing. Okay, proper deep breathing technique will really help you. Okay, then do counting. Okay, after that, you will continue to entertain your students. Okay, the second one, okay, I will share with you all these 6 suggested strategies that teachers may use to be implemented during your classroom session. Okay, visual schedule, surprise card, social stories, and also video modeling. Okay, and transition and engagement activities, and the 6 calming and alert techniques. So, okay, this is example. Okay, how teachers can let the child pick a trait. Okay, if you have students who is struggling to listen to your instructions, okay, you may use these techniques. To do, done. Okay, let me escape first and share. Minimize. Okay. Okay, the first one, okay. The first one, okay. First, Lisa pick ball fly. Okay. Next, we do numbers, Lisa. So, we do numbers, pick the appropriate visual schedules. Okay, you may put numbers activity here. Then let the child, okay, you and your child, your students, okay, you give a fully prompting. Okay, for the beginning, you may use a full prompting, physically prompting, hand over hand, okay, with the child. Let's say this is a card. Sorry, this is a card, a visual card. Okay, you hand over hand with your child, with your students. Okay, then once the activity is finished, just put in the done box. Okay, like that. Okay, so next, okay, this is another example. Okay, what should we do last? Lisa, what should we do last? Okay, you pick one. So when we are giving choice to our students, it helps the students to regulate, okay, their self. Okay, this is a prize card. Okay, we know that especially autistic student doesn't like change. Am I right, teacher? Sensory room, sorry. Now, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you, thank you. I can't see us, okay. Let the child pick a treat. What should we do last? You pick one. You may ask Lisa, your students, for example, to pick any one of these activities that you want her to do, okay? So by giving Lisa choices, she will learn how to regulate herself and follow your instruction better. Okay, this is surprise card. Okay, you may use these kinds of surprise card to educate your special needs student who doesn't like to change a routine. Okay, if there is a sudden change, okay, so you give training to them, okay, to learn how to regulate themselves, okay, if there is a change, especially huge change. Okay, for example here, in school we have surprise every day. Okay, sometimes surprise are fun, but sometimes they are not fun. Okay, this is okay. No one has fun all the time. We need to accept changes slowly. Okay, maybe you can add any script, okay, that is suitable, appropriate for your students. Okay, this is an example how teachers can do surprise card. Okay, next, when the surprise is not fun, I will stay calm. Okay, I will count to 10 slowly. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this will help me to stay calm. Then it's okay to feel sad when the surprise is not fun. Not all surprises are fun, but all surprises end. Okay, so this a surprise card is actually a social story. It's a social story, but we call it as a surprise card. Okay, to train our students to accept changes. Okay. And now let's watch video modeling video. Okay. All right, teachers, please try to include video modeling technique
Nah,
in your
efek na yan, efek kena jack ka.
anyone? Is anyone speaking? Okay, please teachers try to use video modeling technique, okay, in your classroom session. It is really helpful, especially for students who are struggling, okay, to follow instructions, difficult to understand complex instruction. So it is helpful to use video modeling to train your students to do self-help skills or any other activities. Okay, let's move into transition and also engagement. So for transition and engagement, if your students has difficulty to make a transition, okay, from one activity, from one subject to another subject, okay, you may use this kind of visual schedule, okay, or you may use a timer, okay. If you still remember, if you still can remember, yesterday I show you one of video we use timer during the classroom session. So it helps to give the students signal. Okay. Okay. So it is about countdown. Then you may use also bell. Okay. Let's say if you want your students, okay, to move from one activity, for example, from indoor activity to outdoor activity, maybe you may ring the bell. Okay, now exercise time. Okay, for example, or maybe if your child understand the cue of clapping hand, you may clap. Okay, clap your hand to give hint to your students. Okay, so it's easier for them to transition, okay, to make a transition from one activity to another activity. These are example for difficult students, okay, who are struggling with transition and also engagement. Okay, so by switching off the lights, okay, or you sing a cleanup song, okay, these give hints to your student. Oh, time's up. Oh, finish. Now time to go home. That's the example. The next one, what teachers can do if your student having difficulty for transition and also engagement, okay, you may try these kind of activities. Carry heavy objects. For example, if you want Ali, okay, Ali to move from a class A to class B, for example, you may ask him to help you carry your heavy books. Okay. The next one, hold or bring family objects. This is usually happens to small students, to young students. Okay, I give you an example. I have students where he doesn't like. Okay, he likes to hold something on his, in his hand. Okay, he likes to hold something because he feels calm, okay, secure. So it's okay. Let him hold the things, the preferred toys he likes, but slowly you teach him where to park the preferred items, okay? The third one, entice to follow your instruction. Maybe you want to ask your students to look in front, okay? Look in front, okay, while you are teaching. So you may use something, for example, like figurine. Let me show you, okay? This one, figurine or puppet, okay? So indirectly, the students will try to focus, will look at you. Okay. Fun activity to transit from one activity to another. Okay, for example, like this, you may use a scooter board, okay, if you have scooter board in your classroom, okay. So you may use this kind of equipment to ask your students who is struggling to do transition from one place to another place, okay. You just ask him, use this scooter board, okay. And the last one, sing a song, okay. uh, Sing a song like a cleanup song or whatever a song that is suitable for your classroom session. Okay, here you can see what you can see here is a tricycle, right? One child ride on tricycle. Okay, this is also one of equipment teacher may use, okay, to train students, difficult students, especially the young one, to learn how to make a smooth transition. Next, calming and alert activities. All right. First of all, please modify this environment. Okay, too much of visual stimulation is not good. All right. So, if let's say you have a student, students with fidgeting issues, unable to sit still in your class, you try to provide this kind of gym ball in your class. Even me, okay, during this pandemic time, okay, I use this gym ball at home, okay, to make me focus and alert. All right. So, you know, gym ball, it has soothing effect, calming effect. Okay, when you do slow rocking motion, okay, like this, or maybe forward, backward, it helps you to regulate yourself too as an adult, not only the child. Okay. So have you ever tried this yet? Teachers, have you ever tried this yet? Maybe any one of you have a gym ball at home? Oh yes. Do your work and then take a break this time to, okay?
Teacher, sit on therapy bond is mean like vestibular sen.
Yes, yes, yes. Who's that? Vestibular?
Amira, vestibular sen, right?
Amira
If you-
Jimbewa.
Yeah.
Okay. I also provide this gym ball, okay, gym ball for my child at home during online session, okay? Because you know, young students, young child, a lot of distraction is not good for her. So during this pandemic, okay, so I try to provide my daughter to use this gym ball. At least she can focus well, okay. So another activity that teachers can do during classroom session, okay, maybe you can have a sensory break, okay, sensory break, okay, between lessons. So you provide this kind of activity. This is really good. Ball maze, okay. Let your students, okay, form a small group, okay. Let them queue, okay, wait for their turns, and then hold the ball and try to roll on the floor, okay. Follow this maze, okay. And this is a lazy 8 breathing. I like this, okay. I like this. It's a shapes of breathing, okay. Breathing using shapes, okay. This is lazy 8 breathing. Starts from the center, okay, to the left. You ask your students to breathe in. Then go into the center, pause, and breathe out. This is called lazy 8 breathing. Okay, you may print this. Maybe you can make it bigger as a visual cue for your special needs students. And then you laminate it. Okay, you paste on the wall and let them practice every day in your classroom. It is really helpful. Don't wait for your students' age until, 17, 18 to learn about deep breathing, okay, proper breathing technique. Starts now. It is better, okay. This is also an example, okay, how teachers, okay, can implement, okay, these lazy 8 breathing in the classroom. So make it bigger, okay, and all the students, maybe for the first time, you may ask your student to walk on this. Just walk. Let them learn first about the concept of the direction, okay? Learn the direction first. Then slowly, maybe the next day or next week, okay, following weeks, okay, you ask your students, okay, to trace using hand, okay? So let's move into games to get grounded. So teachers, let your students move, okay? No point if you are pushing them to sit still, though they can't, okay? They can't sit still for a longer time, okay? If let's say one autistic student can sit still at her desk about 10 to 15 minutes only, then you should give him sensory break. That's better rather than you keep pushing him, okay, to stay on the task. But eventually he cannot focus. Okay, then later on, he will show tantrum if too much of demand. Let him move for a while. Give him sensory break for a while. Okay, then call him back. Okay, the most important tips here is do some movement in your classroom setting. Add element of movement while you are teaching. So we as a teacher need to be creative. Then this one is a 3 pose from yoga. Okay. Teachers may print out, okay, these 3 pose, okay, from yoga, and you paste onto your wall, your classroom wall. Okay. So this activity can be done in a group setting or individual setting. Okay, just take about maybe 5 to 10 minutes every morning before you start your your lesson. Okay, so let your child, including you yourself, okay, practice these 3 pose yoga. This is just an example, one example of a pose from yoga. You may Google any other post that is suitable for you and your students. All right. So let's watch deep breathing with shapes. Okay. Just now. Okay, if let's say, okay, teachers, if let's say you don't want to use, you don't have equipment, okay, you don't have equipment or tools, okay, to print out this kind of shapes, you just can use your 5 fingers. Okay, let's do it together. I will try to demonstrate now. First of all, you need to teach your students to trace your hand. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so try to teach him how to integrate breathing technique. Okay, breathing elements by tracing your 5 fingers, your hands, or his own hands. Okay, let's start now. Okay, from here, when you reach the top of your finger, pause for a while. Okay, in, pause, out, in, pause, out, in, pause, out, in, pause, out, in, pause, out. Try to do it many times, maybe 2 to 3 times until you feel a little bit calmer, okay? You need to practice, okay? In, pause, out. Yes, Sheila. Sheila Genoese, yes. Thank you, Teacher Sheila. Yes, in, pause, out. This is visual cue actually for students, okay, who has difficulty to understanding what is breathing. It is not easy, teachers, actually, based on my working experience. It is not easy to train special needs students to do proper deep breathing. But please start now, okay, to train them how to do deep breathing. It's okay for the first time, they just raise your hands. But later on, where they understand the concept, okay, they will learn by themselves, believe me, okay. So this is a sensory break room, not in Malaysia, but I know that one of our special needs school in Malaysia, somewhere in Putrajaya, have Switzerland room, okay. But for me, if we as a teachers, as an educators, as educator, we don't know how to make use of this fantastic sensory break room or Switzerland room, okay, is going to be waste, right? So proper technique, proper training, okay, is a must in order to give a full maximum benefits to your students. So let's watch this sensory break room.
Research shows that if the student's in the right mindset and they get their sensory needs met, they're going to be much better learners. Hands to your heart space. Take a deep breath in. The sensory room is probably my most important piece of the day. Students go to the sensory room in order to calm their bodies and get all the emotions out and stabilize themselves so they're ready to learn and they're happy.
When we designed the sensory room, we actually took the entire room apart. We carpeted the floor so that we could absorb some of the sound. We put the shades on the ceiling to change the light. So when they walk in that room, they feel the change.
My class specifically, we utilize the room once a day for a 30-minute break.
First thing that they do is go on the ball and they bounce to a metronome. It's really a way to ground them into the space and give them some sensory input before we have them go out into the room.
We're going to do our rotation now, okay? So there's different stations in the sensory room, and some of my students love specific stations. One in particular loves the punching bag and the ropes. He's able to get all that anger and frustration out, so that calms him down. Whereas another student, I know he needs calming movements, so he's on the swing going back and forth.
Another area in the room is the crash pad. You will see students that have sensory issues bump into walls, bang their head. So what we've created is a safe space to crash into. And then there's a light wall. You could use your hands, you could use your feet. There's different games that are programmed on there.
Yes, good girl.
We also work on balance and coordination. The walking path works on all of those, and they have to right themselves, correct their body in space. We have 10-pound slam balls. Some students just need to come in, pick something heavy up and throw it. That's the essence of a sensory room. You're putting materials in there that are appropriate, so students not throwing a chair. And at the end, when they finish with their stations, they lay on the floor and they're squished. So everything that we do in there is predictable. There's a set sequence.
All done with sensory room, we're going to walk back to our class. So after the sensory room, they're able to focus more. They're quieter and their hands are to themselves and they're able to listen to my directions. We're here, we came from sensory room, we're ready to learn.
How does this sensory room make you feel?
Happy.
Okay, teachers, may I know which country, okay, which country do you have this kind of sensory break room? Do you have this kind of sensory break room in your school?
We have sensory path.
Uh-huh. Samantha, Singapore special schools have such a room. That's good. All right, teachers. If it is impossible right now to have, okay, this kind of fantastic sensory room, please try to at least provide calm down kit, okay, calm down kit. Okay, calm down kit at your classroom. Okay, this is an example, okay, of the equipment, okay, so that you can collect and keep inside the storage box. So whenever, okay, for example, in your classroom session, if let's say you want to give your students, okay, breaks, you may ask him or offer this kind of sensory toy. This is a pop tube, okay? Maybe you can collect all the possible calm down toys like stress ball, fidget pop-up, okay, that is suitable to be used in your classroom. Then you can simply put inside the Ziploc bag like this if you don't have a big storage box, okay, like this, okay? Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can follow you.
Okay, this is last video, I think. Okay, my feelings activity. Senyum. Okey, sekarang giliran teacher. Teacher balik dadu. Dia tunggu. Teacher dapat apa ni? Teacher dapat apa ni? Pin. Oh, teacher dapat pin. Sakit. Aduh, sakitnya. Cuba Alia buat. Next, Alia. Alia punya giliran. Sad. Oh, sad. Show me your sad face. Alright. Okay, finish. Okay, teachers, you can start to train your students about feelings, okay? Provide fun activity, okay? Throwing dice, for example, okay, throwing dice. And then use mirror so it's easier for your special needs students to follow, to imitate your action, your movement, okay? So teacher, please bear in mind that there is always a connection between you and your students before any correction, before any intervention given, all right? So this is a take-home message for day 2. Please don't overlook the importance of emotional regulation of your students, and please ask for help. seek professional assistance. Okay, we need external support. For example, okay, if you are be in Ministry of Education, you need other networking, okay, to help your own organization, your own schools, okay. If you are having difficulty dealing with the child's behavior, like just now, we are discussing about Ahmad and Aminah, right, in our case study, okay. So seek professional assistance. Okay, thanks. That's all from me. Okay, this is my email. Okay, because one of the participants just type a message. Okay, she wants my email to communicate with me. This is my email. Okay, ctSITI.hszwaaanii@iautism.edu.my. Right, and these are the resources that I've used for my sharing session. And I also like to share with you. Can you see this book? Can you see this book? Self-Regulation in Everyday Life. Okay, if you have the opportunity to get this book, please read this book. This is really helpful to understand more about what is self-regulation, what kind of activities that you can use to help your special needs student. Okay, and for those teachers in Malaysia, okay, I recommend this Malay version book. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, this book is already sold out. So maybe what we can do is we ask the publisher, the author, to reproduce, okay, at least paperback. All right. So so that's all from me. So shall we proceed to group presentation, or you want to ask me? Any questions from the floor?
Yes, I have, and this is from Napowan.
Napowan, okay.
I'm very interested to see the quiz. Like, you know, if it's for children, I think it will make them more fun, more interesting and participatory. And so I wonder, where do you get the password? How do you create?
Oh, Napowan, this is a free game. You just sign up. Okay, you go to quizzes. Okay, let me show you. Okay. Hold on. I share my. Napowan. Okay. Okay, please sign up. This just one of the example. Actually, we have a lot of a fun quiz. Okay, that is suitable to be used for your special needs students. Okay, please try to explore first. Okay, sign up, then explore, and then you create. You can create according to your needs. Okay, and your students' needs. Okay, is that okay, Napowan? Lucy, please help me to communicate. Is that okay, Napowan? This is the link, quizzy.com.
Yes, it's very good. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, I'll do that.
If no question, let's proceed to our next presentation, shall we? Okay. Can I just pick and choose a presentation from not Myanmar? Myanmar's just text me, okay? They just privately text me. They said that they in charge in a mainstream class, okay? So they are eager to learn from other representative countries, okay? So without further ado, I would like to invite representative from Thailand.
One said they are ready, asking for their colleague Chai or to start. Chai?
This one is case study from Vietnam's infographic. Nice.
Yes, it's me. Hello, teacher.
Hello, is that yours?
Yes, it's me.
Okay. You want to present first?
Yes,
Or
I can say I'm from Vietnam.
Yeah, from Vietnam. Okay, number one, wait. Okay, let us start with how to call you Dung View. Sorry,
Dung
miss?
Dung, yes.
Dung Zoom. Okay, please.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm happy to present my Vietnam team to show my individual education plan here. My children is my kid is Da Huy, 8 years old boy, autism, nonverbal language, have good perceptive language. She is self-harming behaviors like this, head banging, screaming. At home, he lives with his parents, older sister, and grandparents nearby. Now, his family takes him daily class at my school in Tuổi Ngọc, special in the kindergarten school. But currently, he and his family are stressful as they are isolated at home because the pandemic. He has an example behavior. On his dad's birthday, his uncle turned off the happy birthday song. Zawi screamed and lied on the floor and banged his head to the ground. We analyze his behavior for the ABC structure like this. The behaviors are screaming, sliding on the floor, banging his head to the ground, and this action lasts for 15 minutes. We can find the antecedents when on his dad's birthday, where at grandpa's house, who uncle and many family members, what uncle turned off the TV when the song was finished, and the consequence is react. The parents try to stop him crying, and he hunting himself. He hurting himself. In my school, we have an IEP plan for him like this. Firstly, we use the AAC system picture for him to express his needs in routine. Secondly, we use physical exercise and yoga to help him do exercise every day. Thirdly, we have an academic curriculum for him. And lastly, we teach him the self-service skills. My team discussed yesterday and have some solution like this. Step one, stay with someone. In this case, he stay with his mom to reduce triggers. Step two, give him a hug and rub his back. Tell him to calm down. Wait until he calm down and then talk. Step 3. When he calms down, take him to the TV and say, turn on TV. We can use AAC with picture cast. Continue if he want to continue or to turn off the TV. Give him the right to choose. If they want to continue watching, tell him how long it will take to turn off, why it has to be turned off. Finally, in similar situation, the mother should prepare for to his child, to her child in advance. Teach him how to express their needs and reduce situations that make him lose control. Thank you so much. This is my discussion of my team. That's all.
Thank you, Vietnam. Thank you from Vietnam. Okay, thank you to Dung Vu. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Actually, I hope that Vietnamese team can present can give solutions. Okay, solutions to my case study that I've shown to you yesterday. But it's okay. At least I'm also learned something from your country. Is that okay with anyone else here? You learned something, right, from Vietnam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great job, Vietnam.
Okay, Amira Amira, correct me if I'm wrong.
Amira Jindewa. Yes.
Okay, from Thailand.
Yes, from Thailand.
Okay. Samantha said the one page poster was fantastic. Is that Canva education? Dumbu. I think it's from Canva apps. Okay. Please, Amira. This part is yours.
Yes. Mr. Chaipatana is in Thailand.
You want to share screen?
Okay. Yep. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, Chaipatana.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. Let me share a slide for a moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm representing from Thailand. That today we are discussion and talking about AMAT, and that we decided to do ABC form for here and date and times. And in President here, AMAT needs something, but he doesn't get it in his classroom. So behavior, and we are all analyzed like this: aggressive and jealous, apprehensive, and throwing stone. Passive implies not interacting. And for consequence that's following, feeling and emotion up and down, duration 15 minutes. And then
Patana, could you please full view your slide?
Oh, full slide, okay.
Yeah.
Did you it's okay?
Not yet. Click the full view mode.
Did you full mode already? Okay. Lucy, please excel language to let her move to the next slide, to the ABC form. Okay. And here is that to let continue. Alma is single mother, and Alma need to something, but he doesn't get it in the classroom. Behavior see that we already discussion already, are not aggressive, not jealous, not apprehensive, not throwing stone, can initiate to do a sign. Okay, for this is IEP, we already planned that we focus on interest, social, and emotional skill. That our goal that we want to let him do Number one, can regulate emotional to participate to group activity. Intervention that we plan cooperative play with a small group, approximately 5 people, and we use social story, teach him as a role model, and next take time out of alone to be quiet and explained by AAC, and timeline daily for a month and individual response. We should that a teacher and parent should involvement such as a social story like this. Remark, observe behavior by timer and records. Progressive and next step, improve social participation with rule like such as a simple rule in group activity. Okay, next slide. Okay, and next, integrate our vocational skill because like he can't do by himself. So our goal, we should plan independent task, intervention. We will use PECs for simulation such as you finish your work and then you can do anything upon your duration. Timeline, daily for 2 months. Individual response and teacher, remark, observe ability by training workshop, progressive and next step, internship program. Okay, come to the end already. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thailand team. Okay, team from Thailand.
Good job, Thailand.
Before that, I just want to seek for assurance. Do you have this kinds of case in your country, your home country?
Yeah, we we have because like
Oh,
we have
okay.
a special education center each province. Like we have a special education center.
Oh, okay. So you have accountant this kind of a problem. You have you been facing this kind of problem? Autism plus depressive symptoms.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your info. Okay, next presenter. Who else? Let me check.
I will present for Singapore.
Singapore, is it Samantha? No.
I'm Samantha's colleague.
Oh, Samantha's colleague, Chang Tianzhu.
That's correct.
Can you please on your camera?
Give me a moment, I'm sure.
Okay. Okay, Chang Tianzhu.
Yeah. Okay, I'll share my screen. Are you able to see the screen? Okay, so for the two of us, when we discussed this case, we tried to organize it with the ABC. So we actually took down whatever information we have. So for the antecedent, we saw that when his needs were not met, he tends to be more aggressive. For example, he'll throw a stone. And the consequence of that is then the DM will discipline him. The next behavior that we observe is that he doesn't interact with his peers. Although in the case study report, it wasn't a direct relation, but we are thinking, could it be because he has been bullied before in the past, so he might be less inclined to interact with his peers, or rather keep to himself, maybe to avoid being bullied. Another behavior that we observed is that when he sees other male students with Amira, he might become jealous. But at this point, we are not very sure how does he act out his jealousy. Is he violent, or does he just keep it to himself? So that part we are not too sure. But based on what we have, we came up with the intervention measures. So firstly, we could take some proactive strategies like introducing routines, because right now, whenever his needs are not met, he tends to act up. So could it be that we teach him whenever he comes to a place or whenever he enters the classroom, what are certain things that he can put in place so that his needs could be met. We could also teach him alternate behaviors, like because if he doesn't really interact with his peers, could we teach him skills on how to approach friends or classmates, and how could he start a conversation with them, or how could he join them in play activity. Another possible alternative behavior could be, since he seems to, we are suspecting that he might have some problems or challenges with expressing his emotions, his needs. So could we teach him communication skills such as using your own words? Or if he has issues with verbalizing, could he use some communication cards to express what he wants to say so that he will not act out aggressively? Then the reinforcement as a result will be that when we can introduce to him clear consequences to tell him that, you know, if you always act up by throwing things, you might have to go to a discipline master, which is something he may not like. We could also attempt reward system, although reward system may not be very encouraged, but as the start to let him see the benefit of it, maybe we could introduce a reward system to show when he can demonstrate good friendship behavior, since he doesn't really interact with his peers. So for example, maybe if he can show us that he can spend one period or one lesson working in a group together without acting up or fighting with his friends, then we could give him a little reward. Yeah, so these are some of the ideas that we have come up with. That's the end of it. Thank you.
Chan Tian,
Yes.
do you have any experience dealing with this kind of real case whereby this student has issues to comply, okay, medication compliance? So any recommendation, okay, that you have been done in Singapore? How to tackle this kind of case?
You're referring specifically to the part that his parents doesn't
Yes, Chan Tian.
Okay. Not
So
sure
do
if
you have
relevant experience on this.
Okay, Samantha here.
Okay, Samantha.
I think for us, because both of us work in MOE, so we don't have direct contact with the children. But for medication, it is always based on parents' decision. In my way of working with schools, it will be to talk to teachers, to talk to parents, to encourage the way that we can force it to happen.
Okay, Samantha.
Parents have the medication, they just don't want to give. And we can't force, we can only encourage and encourage.
Okay, thank you, Samantha. Okay, I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned about if these students relapse again and again. Okay, then of course it will give direct effect to his academic performance. Not only academic performance, but the whole classroom. Okay. Okay, thank you for your input. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you,
Singaporean.
Singapore.
Thank you. Okay, next. Who else?
Philippines.
Brunei. 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 Suryani. Puan Suryani Mahmud.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the kind of IEPs we've done in Brunei. We show the target skills, current level and objectives, and also suggested resources, strategies, who is responsible, and when will we evaluate them. So this one, for example, this is for Ahmad, right? Okay, we don't know his strength actually, so we just make up it here, communicate and carry out tasks, okay? Weakness is aggressive if his needs are not met. Jealous if he sees Amina's interacting with other male students. He is tempted to injure other students, okay? And he's passive and also not interacting with other students. So he's, can I? Okay. So his long-term objective is to be able to interact with his classmate and to be able to regulate his own behavior. Okay, so this one is for the short-term objectives. If it's within 6 months cannot achieve this one, we can modify it. Okay, so for the first 6 months, he will be able to communicate with two of his classmates to prevent his tantrum from happening, not aggressive if his demands not met. Yeah. Okay, suggested resources. Okay, social stories. We can produce social stories on feelings, coming down, and also signal prices. Okay, we can create visual cues and cards. And SOP, if his tantrums occur, for example, ask him to count. This is as a replacement for behavior. And suggested strategies. We can have autism awareness to other students on autism. This is to prevent them from bullying Ahmad. And also we can have a buddy system for Ahmad. We have reward token system and also follow SOP handling tantrum. And you can use signal prices. I will wait or not yet. Okay, change his sitting, preventing him from looking when I'm not talking with others. And also change his break session to minimize his interaction with other students. Okay, at first we want to change his classroom, but in Brunei, our special needs student in the secondary schools are put in one classroom. So putting him in another classroom will be difficult lah. Okay, so this one is the one who's responsible for this IEP. Okay, and they have to sign this. This one, support from school-based team is important. To give permission, for example, we have to have support from administration to give permission for changing break sessions. For example, the break session for other school, the students is from 9:30 to 10. So Ahmad's break session is from 9 to 9:30. Okay, give budget for resources and token system. Okay, and set a time for briefing on autism awareness talk to other students. Okay, we need to involve parents also. We need information from parents on Ahmad's strengths and interests. And also parents should continue the social stories and calming technique at home, and also continue the token system at home also. Subject teachers needed to be informed about the visual cues, token system, and SOP if the tantrums occurred. Okay, senior teachers and homeroom teachers, they need to prepare the token system, the resources, the social stories, and also give awareness talks to other students. I think that's all saja.
Thank you, Brunei. I like the point. Awareness, Autism Awareness Month. Okay, we do have this kind of activity. It is a regular activity that initiated by our speech therapist in Genius Kurnia and her team, whereby we bring our autistic students to mingle, to mix, okay, try to play with typical students in the schools. So our team will bring our selected autistic students, and then go to school and try to train how they should be my friend, meaning that we want to raise awareness among typical students to accept the difference. Okay, accept the difference. So maybe later I will share with you the Facebook Be My Friend. So we go to school. It is not easy. We face many type of challenges to continue this kind of program, but it is good where we can train typical students to learn how to accept the uniqueness, the difference of our autistic students. Okay, that's good. Puan Surani Mahmud, thank you so much for your input from Brunei. Okay, next.
You're welcome.
Next presenter.
Philippines?
Philippines, yeah.
Okay.
Please.
So I will be sharing my screen.
Jasmine M. Levita, Filipino, okay.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So I will be presenting the combined effort of our team. I will open my camera first. Yeah. Okay, so with me are Miss Katrina Cana from the Division of Panabo City, Miss Maya Mosqueda from the Division of Davao City.
Sorry, could you please click full view mode?
I am sorry. Ayan. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, and Ma'am Elizabeth Maranan from the Division of Tayaba City, and yours truly, Jasmine M. Levita from the Division of Dasmariñas City. So this is our output presentation for our case study number 2. So this is the developmental history of Ahmad, who is a 16 years old boy with autism plus depressive symptom. Then here are the findings. Then our recommendation is that educators can initiate strategies with their classroom to cultivate the social skills of students with autism. So because many children with autism have limited imitation skills and are unable to pick up on social cues, social interactions literally need to be taught to them. So this is from Jacqueline and Farr in 2005. So children with ASD sometimes exhibit problematic behavior and can inhibit their own learning and disrupt other students in the classroom by Osmeyer and Scarpa in 2012. So we drawn the different recommendations for AMAD. So these are behavioral intervention program in partnership, of course, with the parents, reward and reinforcement strategy, and also identifying the learner's strengths and weaknesses, where we teachers are always starting with. And of course, we are about to inform the family about the importance of medication. Since the doctor prescribed it, we need to follow to help Ahmad. Then we also recommend the following: the social skills training. So this can help children and teenagers learn to read nonverbal cues, for example, like the eye contact, the body language, the tone of the voice, and the facial expression. The cognitive behavior therapy. So this is based on the idea that how we think, how we feel, and how we act are all related. Then cartooning, or the comic strip strategies, which use visual symbols to help children and teenagers with autism understand social situations. So this help those children with autism or teenagers understand their social situations by drawing cartoons, so the children can turn abstract or confusing events into pictures that they can understand and think about with an adult help. Next is the modeling, or the video modeling, that has been shown by Ma'am City a while ago. So this can help the adult or peer, showing the child how to do something or how to behave, and which your child then copies. So modeling can help children and young people learn many skills. Okay. Next is peer training. So peer training, for example, siblings or classmates, strategies for playing and interacting with children who have trouble with social skills. Next is the self-management techniques. So this help children develop independence by learning to manage their own behavior. So one way they can do is by recording how often particular a behavior happens and using tick sheets for examples. Next, we're going to use also a social story. This was discussed yesterday by Miss City, and establish a good teacher-student relationship, which is very important, and also a body system among AMAD peers. And the last one is awareness campaign. So this is to encourage inclusivity or inclusion among the schools and of course the community. So that's all. Ayan. And for the IEP, we also have this one. Okay. For the IEP, so here is Ahmad. Okay, so we have here the social or emotional skills. Then in here, written are the strengths and weaknesses, and also the strategies, the time frame, and the remarks. So for the weaknesses, we have noticed that Ahmad occasionally is aggressive when needs are not met. So what are we going to do? The objective is to minimize the aggressive reaction when needs are not met. So the strategies, the parents, the teachers, and the classmates will practice calmness during meltdown or when aggression occurs. Also, avoid adding emotions during aggression period. Provide a safe place for him and playing soft and calm music if possible. Next weakness that we have noticed is the possessiveness and jealousy. So to overcome his jealousy or feelings when he see Amina having a relationship with other male students, we're going to provide different social picture stories about jealousy. Then also divert his attention to other girl in school, for examples, or divert his attention into other work, for example, or anything that could divert his attention. Next is the passive learning behavior towards his lesson. So the strategies is to motivate him to in learning activities. Then we're going to use positive reinforcement, allowing him to choose his activity, provide an activity based on his interests, and of course, use appropriate play therapy, rewarding using his favorite toy or food. And the last one is the lack of social interaction with fellow students. So to develop, our objective is to develop his social interaction among students, and the strategies we're going to use is to reinforce what he did well socially, then modeling social interaction, use his strength as an advantage, and focus on social learning during class activities. So this, the duration of this will be during the first quarter. So we suppose that we have achieved, so we write on the remarks that it was already achieved. So that's it. Thank you for listening from Team 2. Thank you po.
Thank you, Miss. Levita, can I just call you Levita? Okay, thank you. Very nice presentation. Can I ask something?
Yes.
In your school setting, do you have professionals such as clinical psychologists or somebody in the Ministry of Health that working closely with your school? Okay, so I just want to know how about your country.
In our school, ma'am, actually, we are teamed up with different psychologists, ma'am. Actually, in my school, mostly my students are those children with autism. Actually, they are from age 6 going to 24 years old. Then mostly, most of them are inclined with those clinical psychologists, occupational therapists, and speech therapists. They also visited me in my school when we are delivering and conducting IEP meeting.
That's good.
Yes,
okay, Levita, one more question. Are you from government servant?
Yes.
Wow, that's good. Congratulations, Thailand, Philippines.
Thank you so much.
So thank you, Levita. So we got one question here. May I know what is cognitive behavior therapy? So cognitive behavior therapy in Malaysia usually conducted by mental health professionals, including clinical psychologists. But I believe that for this time being, as far as I'm concerned, that we don't have visiting clinical psychologists come regularly, okay, to visit our students to discuss with IEP team. Okay, we don't have that capacity yet, but hopefully in the near future, Malaysia can improve this kind of professional services. Okay, thank you so much, Philippines. Okay, next, Cambodia, Trong Champa.
So, greeting from Cambodia. So our group will present about the case study and how to have or to do IEP plan on this case study. So this case study is so that Ahmad have a high already we know that he has high functional because he already joined in vocational training center skill like ICT. So what we going to do with the boy is we need to provide psycho education to the mother to make the mother understand about the boy situation and understand about how to help him, and we can meet our treatment plan with the mother and also with the boy. And this what we going to do, we need to provide a training to the mother on how to support her boy. Sometimes he not understand and sometimes her capacity limited to support the boy, so we need to provide more training on how to cope with the problem. And it is what we find our his difficulty or his barrier. It is just about his background. So his sign and symptom with autism and expressive symptom, I think that in many kids with autism, it can be mixed together with because he had to express about his feeling, about his communication. It can be mixed together with have some depressive symptom. And for what we are going to do for his IEP plan, actually in my school, we always do the period of IEP plan is for 4 months, like 3 times per year. So example, if we make yesterday, we can finish on November. So did our difficulty that we found. We are actually in our plan, in our template, we put on the 4 main category, like difficulty in social skill, in cognitive skill. So in cognitive skill, we divide into Khmer and mathematics, and about motor skill, fine and cross motor, and about self-help skill, ADL. So in this case, it just show about his barrier and difficulty is about the social skill only. So what we are going to do with the boy is we do his IEP plan. Like we have picked on his social what he challenged with in social skill. Like first we make like about to make him calm down when he get upset. So like showing aggressive while wetting something or attempt to hit other or throw stone or jealousy. So our activity that we need to do is we need to give him a task during because sometimes the person with the kid with autism, he have short attention. So that what he want, he's showing aggressive because he can't wait. So we just give him something that he to him to do when during he waiting, like ICT task or something, because he joined in that program. Showing a visual or video about the wetting. So we also show that in the class when sometimes he not understand about our verbal, but we can show our visual cue about how to wet as well. We also in this case for wetting also we try to play many wetting game, because just to include about his emotional, how he can patient with the task. Use the social skill is also we always use with the student. Let him go to a quiet place, like give him a cold water, or let him push the ball, or let him count down from 1 to 10 like this. And we also do the time out activity. If the student they are showing many aggressive, and we just want to show him that what he do is not wrong, it's not right. So we do the time out activity, like give him sit still in the corner in the class and say that what you do is not right. And do like breathing exercise or do his favorite exercise. So like you said, breathing exercise is very important for us and for everyone. So to release the stress, and sometimes can help our body like the, I don't know how to say, like blood system, make our blood system better too. And for the behavior happen, sometimes it's just for try to communication or try to like have some sensory problem or just for get attention. So sometimes we can do like ignore him. It's bad behavior happen and it's not make harm to other. We can ignore him and use ABC chart to make sure that when happen and when happen and how many minutes happen, and we can record it. We will reflect that and try to find the activity to prevent this aggressive or bad behavior happen. And he just report that discuss with the mother or using medicine, because the doctor always the doctor recommend the mother to use the medicine, but the mother rejected. Maybe we just talk with the mother that let her think about it is possible for her to talk with the doctor, because sometimes make more aggressive behavior to harm other or himself. Also medicine is suitable for the people with autism. So it is the objective tool, like about to carrying out the teacher assignment. So sometimes we can think that teacher assignment is a bit broad. So what is the kind of teacher assignment? Like for make him to do, and sometimes he not carrying out because that assignment is too hard for him. It's not easy for him. So it's difficult for him. So what we do, if I were his teacher, I will give a task that familiar to him first, like what he interests. So I give to him to work, and maybe we divide the task into small tasks related to the assignment. And do some activity like assignment is not the real like on the paper, but we can do some activity like learning through play. He can learn this session well, but we just try to include the game that can encourage him to improve his what we plan him to learn. And peer group activity is good for us and for everybody. So in peer group activity we can do, because like for Ahmad, maybe he had to engage and to do some activity with other. But peer group activity in this term, if we try to encourage the student with high function in his class or Amira, to engage him to do in the activity or give reward like prize game and food or what he wants. So the last, not the last, the third, the objective 3 is about to interact with other students. I just break into the small goal, like participate in school activity, because interact with the other student is mean broad also. So how interact in the school activity, interact in the game, or interact something, maybe it's broad. So I just point on the participate in school activity. So we do like the same the previous objective, peer-to-peer group support, for especially that our Amara, we can suggest Amara to support him because he like Amara. So maybe Amara can be the model of Ahmad. Raise awareness to among other students. I think that other group also mentioned about this. So raising awareness is very important, because maybe the normal student, they not understand what is autism. How can they support the boy with autism? And the last one is the mother or sibling have to engage him to involve the activity at home. Because sometimes at school, we just engage at school is not enough, but it help him to family or to be like we need to engage the mother or sibling to engage him, like do like house activity. So it can be benefit. So the last objective is be aware of relationship between boy and girl. I think that is after the first group, she mentioned already that he 18 years old. So for related to his development milestone, so he will have like some emotional or sexual emotional like this. But we need to teach him how to about sexual education or use the visual cue to aware about relationship between a girl or boy. Like our country, maybe the boy cannot hug or cannot kiss for the girl. And bring him to a quiet place, breathing exercise is favorite, and use the social story. So, and for the last one is referral. Some cases if we not need to do ourselves, if our center or our school don't have this specialist, like we need to think about refer him to talk with the mother and refer him to the psychologist or psychiatrist, because of psychiatrists they are have power to provide the medical to him. So that's all for my group. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? The next presenter. Now we are already 12:30. Thank you, Cambodia. Okay, I think that's all for today.